The leader of the FARC rebels in Colombia has ordered a historic ceasefire across the country following last week's peace deal with the government. The ceasefire is expected to end 52 years of conflict that killed more than 200,000 people and displaced millions of others. The order calls on 7,000 armed rebels to cease all military activity against Colombian security forces. But it does not mean the guerrillas will disarm or demobilize. The peace accord still has to be ratified by the government in September before a national referendum is held in October.
We want to demonstrate our clear and definite intent for reconciliation. The rivalries and rancor should be left in the past. Today, more than ever, we regret so much death and pain caused by the war. Today, more than ever, we want to embrace as compatriots and begin to work together for a new Colombia. The war has ended.
For more on this, I'm joined now by TRT World's Sandra Gathmann. Sandra, good to see you. I'm wondering what this latest definitive ceasefire actually adds to the peace process, because we've already heard the announcement of a ceasefire in June, and both sides have committed to a peace deal, haven't they?
That's right. This latest announcement of the definitive ceasefire on Sunday from Havana is really the ultimate test of fire, because the peace deal that's on the table between the FARC and the Colombian government is so comprehensive. It covers everything from agrarian reform to reparation for victims. So without that kind of top command from the FARC's leader, that peace deal really has no meaning unless the war is officially declared over. So that's hugely important and significant going forward. I have to add, too, that it's also interesting in terms of the way you look at the FARC's operations, what signal that sends to all of the camps around Colombia. It essentially sends this message of, everyone must stick together, the war is officially over, and tries to stop any possible defections, because there is, of course, that risk, and we're seeing evidence of that on the Colombian border with Ecuador. Some factions of the FARC are already considering breaking away despite the peace deal.
How much confidence is there that this will succeed?
I think polls suggest that this deal will be ratified by the people of Colombia when they go to that referendum on October 2nd. But there is that risk that the opposition in Colombia will gain a lot of support from Colombians who already are skeptical about the terms on the table. The Colombian government has made the full deal available to the public, so this is a period of aggressive campaigning from all sides to try and make sure this deal either succeeds or not. The opposition claimed that we need to go back to the negotiating table to get better terms to make sure that FARC rebels don't escape prison sentences. But I think there's every chance that this deal will succeed. It's going to be a very interesting period of conflicting campaigning ahead.
This has been such a long war, something that you've reported on. What will a post-war Colombia look like? Are people that you've spoken to ready for peace?
I think Colombians are ready for peace. It's been 52 years, an aggressive war, not just with the FARC, but other armed groups as well. And in that kind of chaos and lawlessness, criminal gangs, the drug trade has fueled and really decimated the country. So peace is something all Colombians want, but they also want justice. And I think a post-war Colombia is going to see a big reconciliation effort. There are going to be trials. There are going to be community-led groups going between the FARC and citizens of Colombia to make sure that very fragile peace really sticks.
Okay, Sandra, really good to talk to you about this. Sandra Gathmann there for us.